tired of fighting alone. I see the weight you carry unknown. But even in darkness, you're never on your own. I'll walk beside you, I'll carry you home.
Hey family, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Cut Nice 50 and welcome back to One-on-One with your boy Cut Nice 50. Another section of real talk. Like I said before, we're doing daily Sheduer Sanders videos until they actually start treating my guy right. And this one right here was sparked by Miss ToneytalksVestedUp. She made a comment on one of my videos. So I went ahead and watched her video. And the title of that was Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam on FBI radar again. 2011, 2014, and 2015. Or in 2015, or was it 2025? And she had a question mark. So I did a little research, and she did a great video. So I'm gonna post her stuff right here so y'all can see the comments. Check her channel out. Go like and subscribe, follow, stuff like that. It was an interesting video. I actually law enforcement 25 years. Y'all already know my background, but I also was a private investigator. So they lucky that I don't want to do any digging and stuff like that because I already know. But these billionaires in this video right here, you're gonna see what kind of persons. Just imagine how the athletes you see them act when they get all this money, or what we perceive to be a lot of money. But compared to these billionaires, it's only peanuts for them. It's nothing that compared to what the owners is getting, and they have multiple business. Jimmy Haslam is the owner of Flying J, which is in this lawsuit right here, or FBI affidavit and indictment. And I'm also put the Patriots owner at the end of this video right here. Like I said, we're not 100% back, but we appreciate y'all for tuning in, like, subscribing, joining the channel, helping us be a member, helping invest in the channel so we can reach more people like yourself, actually uplift and build a community. Like I said, if you're suffering from anything, a silent sufferer, like we like to call, for being overseas for many years, so watching a lot of death and destruction around the world, I think we all just need to hold on. So y'all check out any of these books at keepingthefaithbooks.com. Support the channel, subscribe, be a member today. But let's go ahead and jump into these daily Sheduer Sanders videos. And this one right here is not going to be too long. This is going to be interesting and educational for you. Like I said, educational, entertainment purposes only. Shouts out to ToneytalksVestedUp for her video. It was a great video, so check that out. I'll put her info in the description section below. But let's go ahead and jump into it.
Listen, I still remember, guys, I'm not kidding you, my grandfather, okay, who played in the leather helmet days, like God bless his heart, he hated Deion Sanders so much that in 2004, I was starting at center for the Bills against the Ravens. And this is when Deion came back and was playing for the Ravens. He offered me 10 grand to take out Deion in the game. My grandpa, okay? I was 25, he's 85. Okay, yeah. He doesn't even know what a bounty is. He doesn't care, but he hated how much of a showboat Deion was that much. So I think that's where some of it comes from, is that people.
Because of the stories.
There was nothing coming out of Colorado that said this kid wasn't a hard worker.
But he was the starting quarterback and the coach was his dad. Now I think it's a different situation. I think, to be kind, I think it's been a difficult transition.
Working hard enough to get on the field.
I think that there are people in the building who feel that way.
And no, I'm not driving, and I don't dare drive because I got to get this one off my chest. I'm sitting in the driveway right now. The Browns lose to the one-win Jets. The one-win Jets. The worst team in football coming into this game. Jets were 1-7. Browns had 2 weeks to prepare for the worst team in football, and when it's all said and done, they look like the worst team in football as they lose to the Jets 27-20. In OIC fashion, too, right? Only in Cleveland can a team give up a punt return and a kickoff return in the same quarter. Not the same game, not the same half, in the same quarter. That's what they did today on Smash. Bubba Ventrone should have been fired at halftime. Should have been given his pink slip. Just go wait at the airport or take a taxi home. You're fired. Because this was a fireable offense game for a lot of people. Bubba Ventrone, yes. Kevin Stefanski, yes. Tommy Rees, yes. Andrew Berry, yes. You lose a game like this and the way you did, They may not get fired this week.
Jimmy Haslam was the subject of a past FBI investigation concerning his company, Pilot Flying J, over allegations of a fraud scheme to withhold rebates from customers. Although the 2013 investigation resulted in a $92 million penalty for the company in the criminal enforcement agreement, Haslam was not criminally charged, and a 2023 investigation is focused on new bribery allegations related to the company's sale to Berkshire Hathaway, according to this YouTube video and other documents. The initial investigation in 2013, allegations. An FBI affidavit alleged that the Pilot Flying J engaged in a scheme to defraud customers by not paying them for their rebates they were owed. Evidence. An FBI agent's affidavit stated that a Pilot Flying J employee said Haslam was aware of the rebates fraud scheme. Cooperation. Haslam stated he was cooperating with the investigation and believed no wrongdoing has occurred. Outcome. While Pilot Flying J paid $92 million penalty and restitution to customers, Jimmy Haslam himself was not criminally charged. Recent development as a 2023 ongoing investigation. Federal prosecutors are now investigating bribery allegations against Jimmy Haslam. Trigger. This inquiry was reportedly triggered by a lawsuit filed by Berkshire Hathaway, the majority owner of Pilot Flying J. Focus. The investigation is looking into potential illegal payments and how they impacted the valuation of Haslam's shares when they were sold to Berkshire Hathaway. Jimmy Haslam does not have a criminal record, but his company, Pilot Flying J, was investigated for a rebate fraud scheme, but he has denied awareness of the illegal activity. A secretly recorded tape was played in court that suggested he knew about the scheme. Though he denies it, Pilot Flying J settled the criminal and civil case related to the fraud, agreeing to pay millions in fines and repayments, while Haslam himself was not charged and has never been prosecuted. Pilot Flying J fraud case. The scheme. Pilot Flying J was found to have defrauded trucking companies by shortchanging them a promised fuel rebates and discounts. Haslam's role. Haslam stated he was unaware of the scheme and was embarrassed and sickened when he learned about it. A secret recording played in court featured a Pilot Flying J sales vice president saying Haslam knew a vice president was ripping off truckers and loved it, a claim Haslam denies. Now let's read that one more time. Haslam stated he was unaware of the scheme and was embarrassed and sickened when he learned about it. A secret recording played in court featuring a Pilot Flying J sales vice president saying Haslam knew a vice president was ripping off truckers and loved it. Share your thoughts. Legal outcome. The company agreed to pay $92 million fine to settle the criminal case. The company also agreed to pay nearly $85 million to settle a class action lawsuit with thousands of trucking companies, notes ESPN. Multiple employees, some high-level employees pleaded guilty and cooperated with the investigation. Haslam criminal status. Haslam was not charged in connection with the fraud scheme, and the agreement between the company and the U.S. attorney did not preclude individuals from being prosecuted if they cooperated in the investigation. So I'm going to read that one more time if y'all didn't understand what this last paragraph means. And in simple terms, if they cooperated, they didn't face jail time or got any charges for their cooperation in the restitution of fines and everything else paid. Hey, this article is from Cleveland.com and it states Jimmy Haslam felt sucker punched by report the Cleveland Browns are toxic and dysfunctional. It was updated February 12, 2015 at 10:38 p.m. Now, this article right here was from Mary Kay Cabot from Cleveland.com. Cleveland, Ohio Browns owner Jimmy Haslam was out of town last week when a national report surfaced that his team was toxic and dysfunctional and that anyone who could flee was fleeing. The report by Jason LaCarfor of CBS Sports hit the same day the Northeast Ohio Media Group reported that Browns general manager Ray Farmer was facing a suspension and the Browns a fine and loss of a draft pick for Farmer's impermissible texting during games. It also came just days after Johnny Manziel checked himself into rehab and Josh Gordon's minimum year-long ban became official. Despite the turmoil's week, Haslam had been feeling good about the team's outlook since taking his top aides on a 3-day team building and strategy planning session. The group included Mike Petain, former team president Alex Schumer, and General Counsel Sashi Brown. I feel very good about the direction we're headed, Haslam said Wednesday in a 50-minute session with Brown's beat reporters. That's why the article was like a sucker punch when it kind of came out of the left field. Whoa, that's not what we were seeing. Now, I also accept that until we win and win consistently, which we have not done, they didn't do before we got here, and we haven't done, we don't have any credibility. We don't have any equity with y'all. We accept that. We have to prove we can win and win consistently, and we accept that. Haslam revealed that what bothered him most about the Crawford story, which blamed the team's woes on his meddlesome owner, was the depiction of the Browns as dysfunctional, that people want out of here, that we don't work well together, because that couldn't be further from the truth. I don't know everybody that works here, but the key people I promise you like coming to work are here early, work late, and work well together. It does not at all, and I want to say at all depict it, how many things go here. Haslam, in fact, felt better than ever after working out some of the kinks in the 3-day getaway, some of which had surfaced during Kyle Shanahan's messy departure. We came back from there, and I actually felt that since our family brought the Browns, it's the best week we've had, he said. Very productive clarification on road strategy, where we wanted to go, how we were going to get there. A great 2 or 3 days together, and unfortunately, some people who, as far as I know, have not been in this building, depicted a far different situation, and certainly we feel very every day when we come here and come to work. All right, family, I know this is irrelevant to the Browns, but I just want to get y'all a little bit of insight of what goes into the mind of these billionaire owners. And that's only penny money compared to them and their other businesses and organizations in the world. We see how athletes act when they get a little bit of money, which is a lot of money to us. But as far as these billionaires, it's nothing in comparison. Let's go into this next article. In early 2019, Robert Kraft was one of the many men charged with misdemeanor solicitation of prostitution in connection with a wide-ranging police investigation into several massage parlors in Florida. The specific spa Kraft visited twice was the Orchards of Asia Day Spa in Jupiter, Florida. Key details of the case. Location: the incident occurred in Jupiter, Florida, not Georgia. Charges: Kraft was charged with 2 counts of misdemeanor solicitation of prostitution. He consistently denied the charges. Trafficking investigation. The police investigation was a broader human trafficking probe, and authorities initially suggested that the women working in the spas were potentially victims. However, prosecutors later admitted they could not prove human trafficking charges because the workers declined to cooperate with investigations. No human trafficking charges were ever filed against Kraft or the other men who allegedly paid for the sex acts. Like I told y'all before, man, I worked in law enforcement over 25 years. I was in Georgia when I remember this incident occurred. I'm working for Georgia Bureau of Investigations, who does a lot of sex trafficking rings, and this information came to light. And there was more states involved in the incident. But like I said, these are all allegations, but you can clearly see the employees refused to testify or cooperate. So none, it didn't go further. Why? That's only up for us to speculate. But it seems like it's a pattern occurring when it comes to these billionaires or people who are not afraid of the law, with countless endless money in sight. Share your thoughts and let me know what you think. Outcome: the charges against Kraft were dropped in September 2020 after an appeals court ruled that the video evidence, which police secretly obtained using hidden cameras, was inadmissible because the search warrants did not sufficiently protect the privacy of innocent individuals. Now, as y'all can see right there, the charges was dropped, even though he said he went there twice. Besides all the other allegations and everything else, if you don't follow the law and you use secret ways to get it, that's the ins and out of the legal system. It's loopholes, it's things that they said, and who knows if they follow straight protocol or not. But let's read that one more time so y'all can clearly see what happened in this case. The charges against Kraft were dropped in 2020 after appeals court ruled that the video evidence, which police secretly obtained using hidden cameras, was inadmissible because the search warrant did not sufficiently protect the privacy of innocent individuals. Now, these are probably cameras that's in the parlor for safety reasons, but they say it was hidden cameras. But share your thoughts and let me know what you think. It seems like it's a pattern going on with these billionaires, but that's just I want y'all to a little light on what these owners or people like him who have all this money at their disposal, and they're not afraid of law or anything else, and they feel like they're higher above regular humans. But share your thoughts and let me know what you think.
Every scar you wear tells a story worth pride of the nights you survived, with the pain locked inside of the mornings you rose when you wanted to quit, of the days you were drowning but refused to submit. You ain't weak cause you feel, you ain't lost cause you've been. Your flame still burning through the coldest wind, and this song's for the hearts that been searching for peace, for the souls holding on when the hurt won't cease. Yeah, you made it through things nobody believed. You carried the weight while still learning to breathe, and now it's your time to believe in you too. You're the reason this light still shines through.